What are you doing? Someone's decided to join me for the recording today. Here's a video of him on my lap right now. You're such a weird thing. MaXXXine is directed by Ty West and it stars Mia Goth, Michelle Monaghan, Kevin Bacon and Halsey. And in the third movie of what I like to call the XCU, was set in the 1980s and MaXXXine thinks she's found a way to be famous. But her past comes back to haunt her and tries to ruin her career. Now, if you don't know, I have been a huge fan of this trilogy that Ty West has created. I thought X was great. Pearl, I genuinely think, and you can quote me on this, is the best horror movie of the past 10 years. I don't care what you think, I genuinely believe that. So, of course, I was so excited for MaXXXine. I was so hyped to see how Ty West would end off the trilogy. And I'm very happy to say that while I do think MaXXXine is my least favourite of the three, it's still very good. What I really liked about this film is that it doesn't go back to the roots of X and Pearl. X was very much a homage to 70s slashers. Pearl was a bit of a slasher but more of a psychological horror. MaXXXine is kind of nothing like that. It's more of a detective mystery story with hints of 80s homage to slashers in there as well. But this isn't really a horror movie. There's not really that many scares. It is very much a detective story, working out who this killer is. And it was very engaging. And I really liked the villain reveal. I've heard some people say they knew exactly who it was from the start. And that's fine. For me, I didn't. I really liked the villain. I liked their motive. It was very understandable. It worked into the plot very well. So the whole mystery side of this plot was done really well. I really liked it. And the character work here is very solid. MaXXXine has the best character writing. I like her arc of overcoming the hardships of fame and Hollywood. And I really like her development of not becoming the monster that Pearl turned out to be. It was a great opposite connotation of what Pearl was about. Pearl was about the negative decline of mental health. When somebody really wants to be famous, MaXXXine is all about when you work hard, you get your own way, and you become famous. And X is really where these two personalities meet together and the conflict that they have.
Well, don't just lie to me.
I'm nothing like you.
You're kidnapping, murdering sex fiends. I'm a fucking star. The whole world is gonna know my name.
And I just really like how MaXXXine's personality was written. She's very stubborn about the situation that's going on and also very rebellious, which could make her pretty unlikable. But due to what's happened to her in the past, you kind of understand why she acts this way. However, I do think some parts of her story were not focused on enough. They kind of just felt there. Like there's this whole side plot with PTSD, where she has to deal with the trauma from the events of X. That's a really good idea, but it's not really used. It's used for one scene, and then it's just dropped. So stuff like that just really felt out of place and unnecessary. The character writing for the other people in this film, though, was not great, unfortunately. They're never given a time to shine. Apart from Kevin Bacon's character. He was the best side character in this movie. Had a bunch of personality. Great performance by him as well. But everyone else, they just don't really do anything. And when things happen to some of them, I just didn't really care. So that was a huge disappointment for me. Another thing that really disappointed me about this movie was its horror elements. As I said earlier, this isn't really a horror movie, it's more of a mystery movie. But when the horror is in the film, it just didn't hit the same as it did in X and Pearl. This may be because I didn't really care about the characters, or there's just something not right with how it was shot. But either way, I just didn't really feel the tension, and those horror parts didn't really grab me as they did in X and Pearl. But on a really positive note, this film's aesthetic is absolutely brilliant, and its other technical aspects. This is easily the best looking film of the trilogy. I just like how colourful this movie is, and how it portrayed the 80s. I like the way that the movie put some grain on the camera and some static to make transitions work better. That really fit the 80s style. The music is very techno-y and upbeat, just like it was in the 80s. And I really like that they showed the dirty side of the 80s. The unclean side of it, the controversial side of it. I don't think we really saw that in many films, really. So I'm happy that they opened this doorway to this different side of that period. It was really interesting to see how it worked. And finally, the performances here are all really strong. Of course, Mia Goth is great. She needs to be given an award for this movie, for Pearl as well, probably for X as well for playing two characters, but she won't because awards people do not care about horror. She should have won an Oscar for Pearl. She should have got something for X. Please give us something for this movie. She is absolutely phenomenal in this. I just think she's an absolute electric, brilliant actor. I already mentioned Kevin Bacon, but Giancarlo Esposito, he's not in the film much, but he was just a lot of fun. You could tell he was having a blast with the little screen time he had. Overall, everyone is just clearly having a good time here. Even if their characters are pretty poor, everyone just did a really good job with their performances. And I liked that they were very over the top at times. Especially towards the end, something happens during the end, and it was very over the top and corny. But I don't know, I kind of like that, because that's what 80s films were like. A bit over the top and cheesy. So it kind of felt like a little homage to those times as well. So overall, while I do think MaXXXine is my least favourite of the XCU, I still had a good time with it, and I thought it was a great conclusion to the story. What a great thing for the film industry this trilogy was. I like that it just came out of nowhere. People are seeing it. People are enjoying it. This is really what we need. More original ideas coming out. People seeing them. Please make sure this does well at the box office. We need more stuff like this. And hopefully, Ty West gets some more great projects to work on. This is a really good conclusion with fun characters, a great ending to MaXXXine's story, a great mystery in there as well. It was really intriguing, beautifully directed, music's banging, performances are all fantastic. If you love X and Pearl, I don't see a reason why you'd dislike this one as well, even if you do think that it is your least favourite of the three. So overall, the XCU is a trilogy that we do deserve. MaXXXine was a very good ending, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Thankfully, this is a very satisfying conclusion. Guys, that is it for the end of this review. If you have seen MaXXXine, please let me know your thoughts on it. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day. And see you later.